All right, cool. There we go. All right,
Okay.
so this is catching up with Coach JT. So what we was going to discuss is just like how do you think, especially from a mother's point of view and a black female point of view, how we can fix the community. Like the issues that we face, and moving forward, what are some solutions you think we can come up with?
Well, with the community per se, or like with the children in the community?
With both the community and then with the children also.
Well, I could start out with the children. With the children, we have to start as parents. We have to start out early with them,
Hmm.
with their interests, the things. Try to mold them early before they get out into the world and be attracted to different things that's negative.
Cool.
Um, I could only go by with my children. Like I tried early to like get them in sports and activities in school and things like that, just to start that molding period with them, because I don't because they're still young. I don't want them to go out to the community or go out anywhere and just and start the bad habits.
Yeah.
So, and as for the community itself, we have to make sure that we have things available, like resources for these children, for all age groups.
Yeah.
Uh, like throughout the whole year, it shouldn't be nothing seasonal. You know what I mean? It should be something all years for these children to have access to. Um, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, we do have sports. It is things out, but it's not like for my area. I live in Seabrook.
Hmm.
If you don't have a vehicle, where are these kids gonna go to?
Exactly.
Um, I mean, it has to be things have to be accessible for these children. If they're not
Exactly.
accessible, how do we expect them? And we can't expect the parents. We have parents with no transportation. Like the only thing that comes out here is a bus, unless you got to pay for a cab, and then you're coming out your pocket for, you know, some parents don't have it like that.
Exactly.
So, uh, you know, it has to start somewhere, but where?
Exactly.
So,
Cool. So what and raising boys, I'm not sure. Do you have any girls?
no, just the two boys.
So with raising boys, how has that been? What are some challenges that you meet as a mom?
Um, like I said, just trying to make sure they're on the straight path. I have one that's very mature, been mature like all his life, like he has his own mind. And then I have one that is down for whatever. Like if his friend said, let's go, let's go do this, like he's for it and not. So I'm trying to train him to not follow, even though he wants to have fun. He doesn't understand, like maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe he's just all for for fun.
Mhm.
Um, but all in all, like with my kids, like I say, I try to keep them busy in sports. I have one, um, and they started out 5 years old. My
Well,
oldest one, I had him in football. He did a little basketball. Um, I know 1 year when he was younger, they had track in Millville recreational track
mhm.
or whatever, and I signed him up for that. My youngest one, you already know, he's busy all the time. Like right now with this COVID, has like stunted everything. And I try to keep him busy. They still work out, but he's used to having or doing participating in two sports a season. Like I have him, like if he's finished one day, the next day he's with the other one, or they're overlap. So COVID has really slowed him down.
Yeah.
But I try to keep them busy. I try to keep them involved in their schoolwork also. Like I don't tolerate low grades and things like that. And it takes a lot for a single parent to to do that. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of sacrifice to stay on, and you want to be everywhere, but one child has to go one place, and you just have to juggle the situation. But it's hard. It's hard. It's hard, and everything costs money. So you know, you just have to sacrifice.
I hear that. So with that being said, what is one of the scariest things that you have to think about in raising your sons? Like, the situation down there in Georgia that just happened recently. So is it racism one of your biggest fears? Is it black on black crime, or all that together collectively?
All of the above. I could tell you one instance. Like I had pulled up to the store. I think it was around winter because my oldest son, had on a hoodie,
Hmm.
and I sent them in a store, a little grocery store, whatever, to go get something. And I watched him go in there with his hoodie on. And when he came back in the car, I had to tell him, like, when you go into the store, as soon as you step in the door, before you even go in the door, just take your hoodie off, take your hood off your head,
Hmm.
because you just never know. And I told him, I had to bring up the Trayvon Martin and things like that, but it's like I shouldn't have to do that for my child. And he's a big built child. Like, you walk in and you think he's an adult. So I
Hmm.
had to tell him, like, I had to explain it to him, like the situation. I said, times right now, you just don't know. And just to be safe, take your hood off before you go in the store. Just make sure they see your face or whatever. Don't want no issues and things like that. But racism is here.
Yeah.
It's here, and is coming back out more broader now. So like that's something also with my kids. But you gotta sit down and talk to them and let them know. Like, I don't try to shield them from anything when it comes to stuff. I want to bring it to light,
Hmm.
because you might run into a situation, and it's like, okay, what would you do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I don't try to sweep nothing under the rug. Like, I try to tell them, like, just real raw. This is how it is. Like, you have to be prepared for whatever the situation is, and just talk with them about it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's scary stuff. Me myself with having two boys. You have to constantly be on guard. You know, um,
Hmm.
because they constantly have a target on their back. And then trying to get them to understand that they can't live as free as everybody else at times is hard. It's
Yeah, it
definitely
is.
hard, definitely. So with some of the other things you see, like with you being a woman, what do you see moving forward with your sons as far as dating eventually and marriage? Do you think is a good outlook on that for them? Like what you see from some of the young ladies, how they're being raised.
Yes. With that, like with the teenagers, you got to talk to them about certain things, and I try to tell them education first, um, and then down the line we'll worry about the other stuff, um, because I don't want them to trip up, because there's a lot of kids, they're good with everything, and then they get into a little relationship, like a teenage relationship or whatever, and they think that's it. That's what it is, and it's I don't I want them to experience relations, but
Hmm.
I don't want them to have the mindset, okay, if I'm in that relation, that's it for the rest of my life. Because a lot of kids get into that young stuff, and they don't want to experience nothing else.
Exactly.
And then you wait till you're 30 when you wait till you 30 or 40 when you want to do something, but you should have did that when you was a teenager or when you was in your early 20s.
Exactly. That's the truth.
So, you know, with them, like, you try to take it a day at a time, but I do talk to them also about that. But I try to tell them education first. Get your education, because right now that mind, you need that mind. You need that mind. You need to be us us African Americans, we have to have that mindset where we could empower anything that come, any obstacle.
That's right.
And I don't want them to think that somebody can empower them or overpower them when they got the mindset to do whatever.
Exactly.
So like my oldest, he's the in the biomed program over there at Cumberland Regional. So it's
Hmm.
like, don't stop here. This is high school. You only a freshman. Don't stop here. Keep going. Keep going. Don't let nothing stop you. Just keep going further. If you could do something over the summertime, when well now that we have COVID, they have no choice. But like some in summertime, maybe get a college course or whatever, get some experience. Just keep going.
Exactly.
You know? So relationship wise, it'll come, but I tell them don't rush.
Exactly. Cool. As long as you keep putting them in the right direction, it'll be good.
That's right. I try.
Yep.
I
'Cause
try.
all that'll help them with their decision making, and that's what a
Mm-hmm.
relationship stuff is, decision making. So as long as they, like you said, keep that good mindset, they keep themselves on the right track and not going out looking to depend on anybody, they'll be good.
Yes, get that independence. Yep.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, so I appreciate it. You covered everything. This was catching up with Coach, so I appreciate you. And I just want everybody to understand that what she was saying, take it to heart. We have to make things more accessible for our kids. And that idle time, we got to take that away from our kids. A lot of times, we got to keep them occupied and something positive, keep their mind engaged. And just keep them moving forward. So I appreciate you, sister.
Thank you, and I appreciate everything that you're doing.
Cool. All right, so continue to be safe to the boys. I said, what's up?
All right, I will.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.